So I was charged a non-compliance fee when I took my daughter to her hair appointment today. Let's talk about it. Baby, blocking is not crazy, and honestly, you're next. You are next. You guys are so ghetto. I knew from the moment I walked in there I was never coming back, and I was very surprised that the people who recommended this shop recommended it because they're not ghetto. Somebody in there had on what looked like panties in front of children. Now, Lady T, girl, I have not said your name, but I'm saying it now because you're so comfortable having my name and my picture on your page. I really feel like I handled this so gracefully by not calling y'all out on how ghetto and just unprofessional y'all were.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Guys, today's video is another hairstylist drama. Now this is between two people. The first person is Mel. She took to her TikTok her experience with this hairstylist named Lady T. Now, like every other person who has a bad experience with their service, she came to her TikTok to let us know how her experience was at Lady T Salon. Now, Lady T Salon, if I'm correct, is basically a salon for children and other things, but mostly for kids, where she does kids hair, natural hair, and all that. And her policy is parents or guardians are not allowed to be with their children during service time. Now, it doesn't matter how old your child is, you're not allowed to be there. This lady's child is actually a minor, 6 years old, and the lady did not have a problem paying the non-compliance fee. That's if parents insist on still staying there with their children, they get to pay a non-compliance fee of $45. Now, this has sparked a lot of conversation. Lady T has responded. Mel has dropped series of videos regarding this experience. Now, without wasting too much time, let's get right into the first video that started this whole thing.
So I was charged a non-compliance fee when I took my daughter to her hair appointment today. Let's talk about it. And to be clear and fair, I knew that this fee existed before I went there. So basically, my daughter is 6 years old. She has her kindergarten graduation on Monday. And so I really wanted her to get her natural hair done. Her hair is usually in braids. So this particular salon came very highly recommended. Okay, perfect. So I book an appointment. And at the end, when you're checking out, it says, in our experience, our little ones do a whole lot better when their parents aren't here. So we ask that parents don't stay. And if you stay, there is a fee. However, my daughter is 6 and she's never met these people before. They don't know her either. I can't leave her there. I'm not going to leave my kid there. So anyway, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I'll pay a fee. So we get there. And they were kind of late getting to us, which was a little annoying, but it is what it is. So I had gone out to the car to get the charger for my daughter's iPad. And when I came back, the stylist kind of stopped me at the door and was like, parents aren't supposed to stay. And I was like, I'm staying. I saw that there was a fee online. And so she looked at this other stylist and was like, is there a fee? And she says, yes, it's a $25 non-compliance fee. Okay, I'll pay it because I'm not going to leave my child here by herself. She's 6. Okay, so anyway, and let me also be clear. My daughter has been getting her hair done at a salon since she was 3 years old. Okay. Her behaving well in the salon was not an issue for me. I just didn't know these people. Okay, so now that that's out the way. Anyway, so they do her hair, whatever, we get done, and I asked the lady how much is it. She says it's $70. I say okay, but as I'm putting it in Zelle, the other stylist was like, hey, did you put that fee on there? And she's like, oh, no, I didn't do that. So she goes to show her how to do it. So she comes back and she says, we're going to do the $45 first. And I said, okay, what's the $45 for? And she says, oh, it's that non-compliance fee. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was $25. She was like, well, she said 25, but she didn't know what she was talking about. Whatever. Okay, I'll pay it. So remember, she told me that it was $70. So I'm like, okay, once we pay the 45, she says, I forgot to add your trim on there. Okay, no problem. Then she says 105. You telling me a trim costs $35? What? I've already paid $45 for being non-compliant. And now I'm being charged an additional 35. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that you have to pay for a trim. My trims don't even cost $35. So I was just like, you know what, you guys? Thank you so much. I paid a little money, but I'm never going back to that studio. So if you have a recommendation for a good child stylist in the DFW area who does natural hair, please let me know. Thank you.
Now, I don't know how long that child's hair is, but $35 for a trim is rather a lot for me. And $45 as a non-compliance fee for a mother who doesn't want to leave her minor child alone with strangers is actually crazy. Like, what exactly is happening there that the parent don't need to be there with their kids? So people started talking in her comment section saying the place is a front for child abuse of every kind. Report and disclose. And Mel made a video about that. So let's get right into it.
I really don't think that these people have any ill intentions with the children. I'm just being honest. There were several children in there without their moms, and the people were really nice to them. There was a little girl who was crying, and she was quiet about her crying, but another stylist saw this little girl crying, and she was like, "You're doing such a good job. You're being a big girl. You know, you're doing so good. They're almost finished." And when we first got there, there was a little girl literally screaming. She was getting her hair braided, and she probably had been doing that the whole time. There were two stylists on her head, and they were very nice. Like, one of them stopped and said, hey, we're almost done, okay? You know, just hang in there. We're almost done. So I don't think they're doing anything to the kids, but it is just concerning to me that they expect you to leave your child there. And I can understand if, like, you know, the child has been there a lot. But this was my first time. There was no way I was going to leave my 6-year-old alone with people that either of us have never met. I wasn't comfortable with it. And I knew that my daughter was going to be like, "Mama, where you going? You can't just leave me here." So anyway, I just didn't plan on leaving my kid there.
A lot of people wouldn't have paid that non-compliance fee to be with their child. I mean, kudos to this woman. Somebody was in the comments saying they were acting nice to the children because you were there. So one of Lady T's stylists came to this lady's comment section and said, then you should have never said anything, or you should have stated all of that. You have had people coming to all of our pages trolling, and now the damage that you have created is done. And this lady had a response video to that. So let's get right into that.
Mary Slays, I'm not sure what your name is, but you can't get mad at a paying customer for sharing their experience. I shared my experience. I thought it was weird that for the first time you would want me to leave my 6-year-old alone with people who I don't know have had background checks, who I don't know are CPR certified. Okay? So for the first time, I was not comfortable leaving my child there. And I said in my video that I was okay with paying a fee because I was not going to leave her there, and she needed her hair done. You cannot get mad at a paying customer. Now, I provided clarification that I did not think y'all were doing anything to the children, and that's that. But you can't get mad at a paying customer. How about y'all just do better? How about y'all do better as a shop? Because y'all started 30 minutes late, and I didn't even share that information. Y'all started 30 minutes late, and then I still had to pay extra fees. Y'all should have given me something for starting late. So be quiet.
This lady really came prepared for them, guys. So in her comment section again, another person said they were getting extra money from you. There is no way in hell I would have went there, them charging for a parent staying. Like you said, your child was too young to leave her there by herself. In today's world, it's a no. And I mean, we did a response video to that, so let's get right into it.
Okay, let me just say this really quickly. I agree. You know, like, in a normal circumstance, I probably would not have gone to this place, but I waited too late to try to book her an appointment. I booked it this week for this weekend. This is something I probably should have had booked 2 weeks ago. I actually had made an appointment with her braider. Her braider got her in, but I was like, she really needs her hair trimmed. Like, she needs a good trim. Like, her ends are in bad shape. I needed somebody who could get her ends trimmed. So I wanted her to have that full salon experience of a wash, blow dry, flat iron, trim, the whole thing. So when I booked this place, I'm checking out, and that's when I saw the thing that said, there is a fee for staying. At that point, I'm like, well, shit, it is what it is. I will go ahead and pay the fee because I'm not going to leave her there. Now, as far as putting their name out there, I don't really see the need because I'm not trying to bash this business. This was just my experience, and I'm not going back. If you have a problem with paying for your child to stay, to stay with your child at a salon, you will know when you book, and it says that this is this salon. But this salon is a Black woman-owned business. It came highly recommended. They have a large clientele, so there are obviously people who are okay with this. I'm just not one of them, and I'm not going back because of the experience I had. That's it.
Now, if you notice throughout this video, this lady hasn't even called the name of the salon in question.
Thank you. I literally never mentioned their name. I never mentioned the name of this salon for that very reason. I did not want people going to their page and trolling them. What happened was one of their customers tagged them in the comments. That's what happened. So after that, they started coming to my page. I just started writing their name. I did not put these people's name out there for that very reason. And the response is ghetto. What Lady T said was, you were verbally quoted inaccurately. Acknowledge that. That's all you had to do was acknowledge that. But now y'all jump and fly in my comments? Nah.
But trust people to already know who she is talking about. So one of the staff again from this lady's salon came to this lady's comment section. It's like they were always attacking her in her comment section. They were not bold enough to make their own video, but they were attacking this lady in her own comment section. So this person said blocking is crazy. And this lady made a video again responding to this person.
Baby, blocking is not crazy. And honestly, you're next. You are next. You guys are so ghetto. I knew from the moment I walked in there, I was never coming back. And I was very surprised that the people who recommended this shop recommended it because they're not ghetto. Somebody in there had on what looked like panties in front of children. I left all of this out because I did not want people coming to y'all page. And here y'all are. Here you are in my comments proving my point that you guys are unprofessional, that you are ghetto. Get out of here. I didn't have to talk to anybody about the service fee for being late. I just knew I was never coming back. What you guys should have done as professionals is say, you know what? I am so sorry. We got a little backed up. I wasn't even worried about the backup. The backup wasn't even the issue. The issue that I had was that after the backup, the stylist is sitting there playing with somebody else trying to get a tip on Apple Pay. Girl, come on and start. My appointment was supposed to start at 2 o'clock. It's 2:30 now. Let's get to work. Keep it cute in these comments because you're next.
So people did put two and two together and they found out who the stylist was immediately. And they did not hesitate to go to the comment section of Lady T's TikTok page. A lot of people had questions for this hair salon owner. And one of them said charging parents a fee because they don't want to leave their child there unattended with strangers is honestly unbelievable. Another person said, are you paying $45 to the parents for using their children on TikTok too? Because basically her page is just showing children dancing with their new hairstyles on her TikTok page. And then someone said, what exactly is happening at this place that parents aren't allowed to stay with their minor children? I mean, that's a very valid question. So someone else commented saying, $35 for a trim is insanity and a non-compliance fee. What parent would leave a minor unattended in a salon? And that Mary Slays, one of the stylists in the salon, came here and responded to the person saying the same one that takes them to school for free to get nothing in return. And another person responded and said schools are licensed for childcare and each employee is background checked. Where is your point? Because honestly, I didn't even see the point of what this Mary Slay was trying to make. So Lady T finally replied to one of the commenters on her comment section that asked, can I ask a genuine question? Why do you charge for the parents to stay there? Maybe if you explain it, it would make sense. And then she said, We charge a fee because we've had parents to stay and cause the children to act up more, leave the sitting area untidy, and disturb our stylist work areas. Also, our weekends are the busiest and we don't have enough sitting at time for extra guests. Yes, their children are being serviced, but we don't have the seating to accommodate parents and clients. Thank you for asking nicely. Also, do you have any suggestions? This whole thing made me to go check Ladies T websites and also her prices. And guys, you guys are going to be as surprised as I was. So first of all, if you want Lady T to attend to you, you're going to pay an extra $45 minus what your hair is going to cost. The second one is if your child is not ready, there is a fee for that. And I can understand that. I mean, because of time and all that. But you know the price? The price is $60 if your child is not ready. It's a sleeping, crying, falling out, doing the most add-on service. So that's like extra $60 to the amount of the original hairstyle you want your child to have, guys. This one got me. This is hazardous pay. Now, this is sick or under the weather, coughing, runny nose, vomiting, etc. Now, this is a $55 extra fee added to your original hairstyle fee. Like if you booked an appointment and the day of the appointment, the child falls ill or something like that, you're going to pay for your child falling ill, guys. This one got me. This one is a density fee, guys. Now, this basically is hair is thicker than fuller than average. So if your child has a full head of hair, get ready to pay $35 extra upon the original style. Oh, then there's this one, excessive tangling and comb out charge add-on fee. Now, this fee is $45 extra. This is a service you pay for separately. If I'm taking my child to get her hair done, I expect you to detangle it. So why is detangling my child's hair a separate fee? It's natural hair. You can't control how tangled natural hair is. Especially if you guys are the ones washing it. Like that's how the baby's hair is. What's with the excessive tangling coming with an extra fee? But I mean, guys, it is what it is. And this whole thing made Lady T go to her TikTok and respond to this lady, but she has taken the video down. But Mel did a stitch with the video. So let's get right into that.
Now, Lady T, girl, I have not said your name, but I'm saying it now because you're so comfortable having my name and my picture on your page. I really feel like I handled this so gracefully by not calling y'all out on how ghetto and just unprofessional y'all were. You posting that accepted the waiver. I said I saw that there was a fee and I was willing to pay it because I was not going to leave my daughter there. I am not sure what you and your crew don't understand about that. But either way, this was a great opportunity to handle this professionally. You could
Yeah.
have just turned your comments off and let it die down because it would have died down in a couple of days. People would have moved on. But this is your response to post this in my picture and my name. And you posted the person's name who referred me. That is your client, a long-term client of yours. And now you got her name on here. You don't even think about that stuff. The self-preservation in you has overruled the common sense. There is none. So at this point, it is what it is.
Like I said earlier, the lady did not mention this lady's name for once in any of her videos. She just kept it moving with her experience without even mentioning the salon's name. And this salon owner was first to go and respond to her. So confirming what people were trying to put two and two together. And this is another missed opportunity for hair salon owners to show how professional they are. She missed it and then did a response, and this was her response, guys. This is so unprofessional. These are opportunities for business owners to come out and clear their name in a very professional way, gaining more attraction from people. Yes, I know every publicity is good publicity, whether bad or good, right? Yes, I know, but like it adds more if you defend yourself and do it in a professional way. People will now know that this lady is indeed professional, and maybe the mom had a misunderstanding. So, talking about the waiver that the lady was talking about in that video, Lady T said all of this was signed by the creator of this backlash. So let's go ahead and see what she signed. Drop off policy waiver. At our salon, we have a strictly enforced drop off policy that has been developed and refined over the years. We have found that our little ones behave better when parents are not in the room. Our commitment is to ensure that our teacups have the best experience possible while learning salon etiquette. Appointment details. All appointments are 2 hours or less depending on the style and condition of the hair. We are located in entertainment districts of attractions for your convenience, the Highlands Outlet Mall, the Park Mall, the flea market, additional services. For those who prefer to stay during the appointment, we have a barber shop next door and a massage parlor available. Policy enforcement. Failure to abide by our drop-off policy will result in an additional fee being added to your service. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. I mean, the lady said she knew about this. She did not deny it for once. But yes, this whole thing is just so crazy. First of all, I feel like the $45 non-compliance fee is a lot, if I may. And there should be certain age restrictions to this. Like 10 years and above can stay on their own. But you see 10 years below, how do you want them to manage? They're going to be crying for their mommies, especially this child that is 6 years old. 6 years old is too small, in my opinion, to be left alone in a salon where she doesn't know any of them. She's just going there for the first time. She's going to feel homesick. But yes, guys, kudos to the mom for insisting on staying with her child, and all those extra fees they were calling. I mean, it's crazy. But yes, guys, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.